Now you can save this file if you want at this point, but I'm just going to open up a new InDesign document, choose File, down to Open, and again we'll navigate to Lesson 1 of Part 2 of your project files, and this time open the document called multiplace.indd and click Open. Now this document has several frames pre-created for you. There are several image frames here, there's one at the bottom, and there's a text frame on the left-hand side. Now we're going to explore the topic of not only placing images, but placing multiple images at the same time. So to take advantage of the new multiplace command, just choose File, Place, just as if you were placing a single file, but instead navigate to the multiplace folder, which is inside Lesson 1 of Part 2 of your project files. And in this directory, you can see a number of Photoshop documents, some Illustrator files, even a Word document. Let's go ahead and click the first file and then hold Shift and click the last file. That will select every single image in that directory. Now we actually aren't going to place all of them, but in a real-world workflow you might have deadlines looming and you don't know what you're going to place. You just want to load up the cursor with everything and then go ahead to your document and drop everything down. Now it's very important to make sure that Show Import Options is disabled. Now if you really want to see the show import options for every single file we're going to place, you can turn that on, but I'm going to leave it off. Now before I click Open, I notice here I have multiplace.indd selected. I'm actually going to Command click on the Mac or Control click on Windows to deselect that file. InDesign CS3 does allow you to place InDesign files inside other InDesign files, but for now I'll save that for a later lesson. With all those files selected, go ahead and click Open. InDesign will parse all of those documents. It might take a couple seconds. And now let's examine our cursor. We see the preview there. We've seen that before, but a couple of things have changed. The number next to the cursor indicates how many things I have placed inside that cursor. If I press the right and left arrow keys, I can rotate through all of the available options I have to place. And if I get to a file that I don't want to place, I would just press the Escape key and skip that option. So let's go back to the first image, and I'll click very rapidly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 images. Really quick process. You see here this date file, we already have it placed in the document. I don't want to place this one, so just press the Escape key and it will skip that file. Now you see a text preview. This is going to place that Microsoft Word document. I will just click and place that inside this frame here on the left, and you can see the text flow there. Again, we already have placed this museum photograph, so I'll press Escape. And the last file we have here is this logo. This is an Illustrator file, and we're going to learn more about Illustrator files in a future lesson. But for now, just go ahead and click the frame here at the bottom, single click, and it places it in there, fitting it perfectly because I've already used my frame fitting options.